Welcome to the Raider Sports Network. My name is Sam Stern along with Chalmers Powell. We're excited to be with you tonight. Playoff game number 1, Regis Jesuit Raiders versus Smoky Hill Buffaloes. And we're about 10 minutes away from tip-off as the captains are meeting in the middle of the field for tip-off. And Chalmers, what are you feeling tonight about this, the chances of our Raiders beating this high-powered and large Smoky Hill team?
I'm a little bit nervous. Smoky is 10-0. While Regis is 6-4. I spoke with head coach Philman a couple minutes ago. He said that we really need to perform well, execute, and not let our emotions get the best of us. While the Smoky stands have really piled up, and Regis' stands of nowhere really. So I think letting our team focus with how to play and not let the Smoky stands get in our way, I think that's our best chance of winning.
Definitely agree. And as Chalmers mentioned, a 10-0 Smoky Hill squad this year has had a great season, but keep in mind, if you look at the games that Smoky Hill's played this season, they definitely have not had the type of really competitiveness that the Regis Jesuit Raiders have in their matchups. We've been playing some really tough games as Smoky Hill has actually played not very good teams in the state of Colorado, and to tell you the truth, the Raiders are feeling really confident about this because they believe Smoky Hill has not faced quite as much talent like the Regis Jesuit Raiders. Their closest, actually, the funny thing is they've won all their games by a lot, but those were against teams that haven't even made the playoffs, Chalmers.
Yeah, and then looking on the screen right now, you got some of the stats. Regis being a more passing-oriented team and Smoky a running-oriented team. I think that's really going to play out quite interestingly tonight.
Definitely agree. As we're getting ready for kickoff, it's going to be Smoky Hill kicking it off tonight, and we're excited to be with you. They're coached by Tom Thienel, and then as Chalmers just mentioned, Regis Jesuit Raiders are being coached by Coach Phileman. So we're excited to be with you again. Raider Sports Network, Chalmers and Sam, Patrick as our producer. Brian Tierney, our statistician, who you will be hearing throughout the broadcast. We're excited to have him, and we're excited to be here. As I mentioned, playoff game number 1, and make sure to follow us on our Raider Sports Network social media pages, Raider Sports Network on Instagram, Raider SN on Twitter, RJ Media on Instagram, and RJ Media on Twitter. So we are ready to go as Smoky Hill is about to kick it off, and let's see what they can do.
Keon Martinez with kickoff return.
And that's a interesting punt there, as Raiders are going to look to run, and that's Gordy. Look at him run. Look at that. And they're able to stop him at the 48-yard line. Great run by the Raiders, and they're going to start off there, Chalmers. Very exciting there. So the Raiders ready to get on. So Chalmers, what do the Raiders need to do to really just win this game, and especially offensively with Markeel as our quarterback? A young freshman, might I add.
You know, looking at the roster, quite a young team. I think they need to really communicate really well, not depend on Keon. Keon is amazing, but I think sometimes we depend on him too heavily, and it's sometimes quite a readable play. Put the ball in the air, and I think that's going to push us to the win.
And I definitely have talked about that. Keon Martinez definitely being the star on this team and has really done a lot of work for the Raiders. 1,441 rushing yards this year and 24 total TDs alone for him. He is definitely our go-to and star player, as Chalmers mentioned. So it's going to be interesting to see if he can continue. As Markeel goes for the first pass and gets it. Look at that, and Raiders want to score a touchdown. How about that, Raider Sports? How about that on a good note, Chalmers?
Ty McGuire with the touchdown. Like I said earlier this season, we've seen a lot from Ty as a running back, but now as we are getting in the playoff season, we've seen more of him as a receiver, and that's where he's really excelled.
Definitely agreed. And one thing to mention too, Chalmers, Mark Heel, during the first couple games of the season, could not complete a pass. Was really having trouble. Now you look at him, he's throwing with utmost confidence, and you need that going into a long playoff stretch, hopefully, for the Raiders if they can keep up their momentum starting with this touchdown.
Yeah, like you said, 169 yards per game passing for Mark Yule. But in the beginning of the season, solely handing it off and a couple play actions here and there.
Definitely agreed. So it's going to be Mariano Adame getting his first kick of the game. A great field goal kicker. Has had a pretty good season thus far, and he's looking to go 101 to start off the game, Chalmers. So a touchdown right off the back. Ty McGuire, what a way to get us pumped as Keon Martinez pumped off of that play. And how could you not be, Chalmers? I mean, what a great way to play as we miss the kick. Mariano Adame.
Quite a bit. Didn't get quite the loft on the ball.
And not something you're used to seeing for someone like Mariano, who's he kicks it with such ease, and he's very confident in what he can do. So a surprise there, but you know what? I'm super excited because we get to see this Raider defense come on. And before we start, just talking a little bit about it, Clay Nanke and Bryce Parsons. Oh, along with Gino Macias, how could I forget? Those three guys on this defensive line have been great leaders and have really fueled what has been an awesome season for the defense. I mean, even when games where our offense hasn't been functioning, our defense has been keeping us on. And as I said, watch out for Bryce Parsons and Gino Macias and a couple of these other guys who really know what they're doing and can really, they have great leadership. I mean, that's what it takes to be a great defender, is having great leadership and able to help out your teammates. And talk about a young team. With Mark Heel, a lot of our defenders were on his club team before Regis started. So a lot of these guys are freshmen too. So they've had to have a lot of leadership attributes, and they've done it.
As you said, Clay Nanke and the front seven in general have 41 sacks in total in the kickoff.
As Smoky Hill's making a run. Oh, my! But the Raiders are able to stop him. Gosh, with that momentum, I thought he was going to take it up the sideline for a quick touchdown, but they're able to stop him, and Raider defense coming on. And one thing also about our Raider defense, I just mentioned Bryce Parsons and Clay Nanke, two first-time football players this season, Chalmers, and I would argue two of our best players on the team this year. How crazy that?
Yeah, Clay Nanke has 8 sacks of those 41, and Luke Caskey as well, 7 sacks. Bryce Parsons with 10 interceptions as well.
Smoky Hill, perfect pass, and it's dropped. And haven't mentioned it yet, but Leslie Richardson III, 6'2", 190 pounds junior, is the starting quarterback. He's going to be playing tonight. 13 touchdown passes on the season, only 1 interception, so he's definitely a smart player. And as you can see, he has a beautiful stroke. And he has a 61% pass rate. He's thrown 69 of 113 pass attempts, so that is it's staggering. So Nico Markiel is definitely going to have some competition at his position tonight.
Yep.
So it's going to be second down. Richardson's going to hand it off, and Regis smothers him. Talk about a wall. Don't come in my house. You can see the football players on the sideline being like, are you serious? Don't try Bryce Parsons. He's on this team for a reason.
60 solo tackles for Bryce. Committed to Air Force Academy for baseball. Great athlete in general. Great baseball player, great football player. Love to see him succeed.
Yes, he's a great guy on and off the field. And as you said, Air Force Academy, it doesn't get much better than that. And only a junior, too. So excited we have him for another year. This is going to be a third down. 3rd and 8. And a beautiful throw, and it's caught, but the Raiders are there. And that was McKeon. Gordy McKeon with the perfect defense there. But it will be a first down. 1st and 10, so a great pass there. Oh, sorry, Charlie Quinn, what's wrong with me? But as I was mentioning, Leslie Richardson, he has a great pass rate, and he knows when guys are open, and he will find them on a consistent basis, Chalmers.
Yeah, like you just said, number 7, Caleb Starling, wide open in the middle. It's going to be flag on the play.
Yeah, flag on the play immediately. Let's see what they call here. And it looks like it's going to be a call on the defensive line as the Smoky Hill student section likes this one, but they're going to be pushed back. And it's going to be at the 46-yard line. So let's see what they can do. 1st and 10 at the 46.
1st and 5, actually.
1st and 5. My bad. What's wrong with me? So it's going to be Smoky Hill, Leslie Richardson, calling out a play and getting ready. Leslie Richardson with the beautiful throw, and it's knocked down. Charlie Quinn. How about a game for him to start off as the defenders are hyped? That's going to be a 2nd down.
Charlie Quinn just trailing behind Gino Macias in total tackles with 85 total tackles throughout the regular season. Not to mention, 10 more tonight?
Yeah. Oh, definitely. I think it could be more. But, yeah, talk about another senior who has really changed the outlook of this defensive line. I love his play. So it's going to be a 2nd down here. Richardson looking for another throw, and it's, he tried to Odell Beckham it. But the Raiders knocked that one away. Who do you think it is? It's Charlie Quinn, people. It's Charlie Quinn. So it's going to be a 3rd down here. Raiders just not allowing it. But I have to say, though, on Smoky Hill's part, that looked like it was going to be a catch. And that would have been Sports Center top 10 worthy. We don't have Sports Center top 10, but that would have made it. So it's going to be a 3rd down here. Raiders really want to get a stop. Richardson does great on his 3rd down plays. Gino Macias almost getting an offsides. Long throw by Richardson, and it is broken up. How about that for a start? Clay Nanke getting in the way, and it's going the other way. Regis Jesuit Raiders getting a 3 and out there, and Raiders with great energy to start off this game. That was actually Nick Warda, the senior, number 7, getting in the way. But let me tell you, Richardson, as you can see, is a passing-only quarterback to start off. He is doing a lot of passing plays.
That's one nice thing I think about Nico that we see that really differentiates him from other quarterbacks is he relies on his running game as well as his passing game.
Markiel, he's gonna run it. He can run, and he's tackled hard. Let's see. He looks like he's okay. Very strong. Going back to Markiel. Markiel is a national talent. He is a great player as a freshman. He definitely has a future as a Raider here on this football team, and coming to his junior and senior year, I would not be surprised if he is nationally ranked. He has that much potential, and not very often do we get freshmen starting at a QB position. I mean, it's a high task, but he's doing it at a great and high level. 2nd down here, he calls out his play. Fakes Keon. That's a catch by Jackson Connolly. How about that? Fake one way, and he catches it, and that's going to be an easy 1st down. Jackson Connolly, the multi-sport athlete, track star, and football player, as you can see.
Jackson Connolly has over 360 yards, total yards, and not to mention how many yards he gets per game, per carry.
And look for Bryce Sloan just coming in. Number 34 on that wide receiver on the right side. Markiel looking for Keon, and he gets it. Going for a run. Keon Martinez. Keon, the 20, the 10. That's a touchdown, Raiders. What a play by Keon. The passing play by Markiel. Fakes it one way, and he takes it down the left sideline for an easy touchdown. How about that for 2 scores to start off the quarter? Wow, I'm loving it. What a play by Keon, and that's what Keon does. That's why he's a nationally ranked running back, and that's why he will play D1 one day, and I'm so excited to watch him when he does.
I spoke to Keon last game. He said he's weighing his options for college, and he's excited to see what is to come when he finally figures out where he's going.
So the Raiders getting very excited right now. What a way to start off this exciting game. Keon Martinez playing great, and as you can see, our keys to the game, Smoky Hill, as you can see, they need to stop Keon. Patrick Carlson, that's a great point. And play on the road. Smoky Hill has not had they have not played against teams of this caliber on the road, so they're going to have a tough time. And then the Raiders, they need to execute their plays. They've done that so far, and they need to stay calm. I mean, talk about Markeel. He's only a freshman.
Mm-hmm.
He's not going to do good unless he stays calm. And that's not even just for Markeel. That's for Keon. That's for everybody. That's why they're so good, and that's why Keon's become the type of player he is. He is never nervous. He's never afraid of the moment. He knows that he's always going to do good at all times. And how about this, number 39? This is Jordy De La Torre, former soccer player, and he has a foot. Let me tell you, he can play soccer. Jordy with the short kick. And that was an onside, and Regis recovers it. Jordy De La Torre, perfect kick, and it's recovered by, guess who, Chalmers?
Charlie Quinn.
You got it, Charlie Quinn. What a play. And how about De La Torre? I thought he was great at soccer, but I guess he's a football player now. Gosh, how exciting is this? And it's going to be the Raiders coming back, and Keon wants to add a second touchdown to his already great total. So Markeel coming out, Keon Martinez behind him at that running back position, and they're set to go at the 38-yard line. 37, my apologies. Markeel, 1st and 10. Keon fakes it to Keon, and oh, what a play! Markeel, and he's, how about that? Number 12, that's Gordy McKeon. What a catch, and he almost got tackled once, was able to get it, and ran a couple more yards and was stopped. How about that play? And Markeel looks ultra confident to start off this game, and we couldn't have gotten a better start from the Raiders on both the defensive and offensive end. This is a great game to watch this far, Chalmers.
Indeed it is. Gordy McKeon has over a 10 yards per carry average.
So Keon Martinez getting stopped there. Luckily, I thought he was going to make it number 2. So it's going to be a 2nd down and 7. So let's see what the Raiders can do here. Coach Philman calling out a play for the offense. Wants to get something started. They want to get out to a huge lead to end this first quarter. Markeel. Off the snap. Fakes Keon. Takes a run. One move to the right. Oh, and he gets stopped. But what a great move by Markeel. He's just confident as all get out, and I'm loving it. And that's one thing about Markeel to start off the season, as I was mentioning, was lacking in confidence. But now that he's played with Keon and now that he's played with some of these players for a lot of games now, he's starting to get used to their tendencies, and he knows when to pass it, when to give it to Keon, and when to take it himself.
Speaking of taking it himself, he has over 45 yards carrying himself. Wildcat formation. Keon's going to try to run it in. He's going to get stopped.
Yeah, and that was great defense there. And talk about their defense. Number 40, tight end, Kari Upshaw. Definitely a player to look out for on the field. He's a senior, and he's had 8 sacks total this season and 34 tackles. So he's a great defender and someone you have to watch out for on the defensive end. So it's going to be 3rd down. It's actually going to be a 4th down. My apologies. 4th and 1. So the Raiders would love to get this one, and do not be surprised as they call a timeout if they give it to Keon Martinez for a run. But they're going to call a quick timeout. And we're going to take a quick break here on the Raiders Sports Network. Welcome back to the Raider Sports Network. So it's going to be a 4th and 1 here. If I had to predict, I think it's going to be Markeel handing it off to Keon, but we'll see. With the snap, and they're just going to snap it right to Keon. Why not when it's Keon Martinez?
Is that good? That's the question.
How about touchdown number 2 for Keon? It's never enough for Keon Chalmers. It's never enough. Why stop now? I'm calling it right now. He's going for 6 touchdowns tonight.
That'd be great to see.
Keon Martinez, I've never seen him this confident. He is playing at an all-time level right now, and if he's looking like he wants to win state this year. Let me tell you that. So it's going to be Mario Adame, 1 of 2, and make that 2 of 3 for the Raiders. So Mario Adame playing a lot better the last couple times, and he's feeling way more confident. So Markeel and Keon, that great connection. And Jackson Connolly and others applying, and Ty and a couple of the other players having some great nights as well. So it's going to be another kick. Jordy De La Torre again. As I was mentioning, he was a JV field goal kicker. And the kicker, just really the kicker in general for both. And was a great talent, has a great foot, as I mentioned. I've watched him play soccer, and he obviously his size, he can't run as much, but let me tell you, his shot is one of the best shots I've ever seen in soccer. He can make them almost every single time he shoots them. It's amazing. But going back to football, this is perfect, this role, because he can kick it far. He's smart. He knows the sport. I love watching Jordy, and I think this was a perfect move to bring him up. I think they're going to have a lot more success with him.
Yeah, and he joined the team just a couple of weeks ago. Name is not on any of the rosters, but it's great to finally put a name to the number and the talent.
And Jordy, pretty good kick as it bounces around, and Regis, and they almost lost. How about this? The Raiders are just annihilating this team. So it's the defense going to be coming on. Look for Clay Nanke, Gino Macias, and Bryce Parsons. Oh, and Quinn, definitely. And
as well as Luke Keefe leading the team with sacks.
Luke Keefe, and it was tough because Luke Keefe was actually out a few games during the regular season, which hurt us. Like, our defense was still good, but you could tell without Keefe, it was kind of a downgrade. In the nicest way possible. It was a downgrade.
The quarterback hurries definitely lowered as their average is 77 hurries.
And then on the second down, as I mentioned, Leslie Richardson III, a great quarterback. And his running back, Obasano Sani, number 44, sophomore, 1,839 rushing yards this season, and he has 17 TDs. So talk about your marquee matchup tonight. It's Keon and Obasano. So I'm interested to see what he can do. As the Raiders are easily able to stop him there. That's Charlie Quinn again. And then at that wide receiver position, Alec Pinkowski, the sophomore as well, number 12, 479 receiving yards and nine receiving touchdowns, leading his team. So those two players are guys you have to watch on the offensive end.
And both these teams are pretty young, as they've got multiple sophomores, and juniors, and freshmen, as our starting quarterback, Nico Markeel, a freshman, as well as Zay Carroll, Precious Miller, and a few other freshmen.
And look, they're going long, and that's nowhere close, as that coverage was great by number 10 for the Raiders, and I loved that coverage. That was
Trevor Wild,
who's been a great player this season as well. I think he's someone we haven't really talked about a lot, but he's had a quiet but great season himself. So excited to watch him, and he's obviously been doing good to start this game off as well. I just love our cohesiveness as Keon Martinez comes onto the field as it's a 4th down, and he'll be looking to run this, and don't be surprised if he scores one right here. I can feel it coming right now. So this punt is going to come straight to Keon, and look at those legs. Look at those legs. Keon Martinez. You could just tell he wanted to run that all the way down to Massachusetts. So it's going to be a first down for the Raiders. Wow, the energy coming out of this Raiders team is the best I've seen all season from them. This is just amazing.
Especially on the offensive side of the game. Seen a lot of momentum in the earlier part of the season on the defense, like you said earlier tonight. But the offense struggled a little bit to get their momentum started. But now that we're in the later part of the season in playoffs, it's great to see the offense really starting off their momentum first second of the game.
Oh, and that's to Carter Reed for touchdown number 4. How about that? Another touchdown pinned on this Smoky Hill team, and that shut up the Smoky Hill section like nobody's ever seen. Look at them, Chalmers. They went from being a all-out choir to looking like they're ready to go home for the night and go to bed. Look at this. I'm loving it. The Raiders coming out, playing amazing as this team is hyped. Loving it. And that was Carter Reed scoring the touchdown there. Some we also haven't talked about. He's in that three-man rotation at that wide receiver with Bryce Sloan and Jackson Connolly, and those three have just been unstoppable on that side. I am loving this as Markiel and Keon hyped up. Loving this.
It'd be great to see a running clock over a 40-point lead in the first half. Get this game wrapped up early.
I know. Wouldn't that be great, Chalmers? And I could go eat dinner. I still haven't eaten. So the Raiders talking about what they want to do on this kick. 5 minutes left to go in this game. It's crazy to think it is. There's still 5 minutes because we've scored so many. We've scored 4 touchdowns already, but we've just played that great as the robotics teams getting ready to go on the field for their nightly T-shirt cannon. I guess you could say. I don't know. I can tell you that you don't want to be hit by one, as you can see by the CU mascot, Buffalo. God, speaking of Buffaloes, we're watching the Smoky Hill Buffaloes. I don't know if you saw that, but CU's mascot got nailed in the. I'll stop right there. De La Torre, how about that for a kick? He sent it to the other part of the field. I'm telling you, Chalmers, De La Torre has a foot, and he's only a sophomore.
Yeah, and great to see that we're going to have great talent in the next upcoming 2 years.
So the team greeting him as he is just playing out of his mind. Whatever they tell him to do, he is doing it right. The coaching staff is just smiling because they can't believe how good he is. He's just so consistent. So the Raiders' defense is on the field, has been unstoppable to start. As I've said ever since my freshman year doing broadcasting, I call them the Raider Wall for a reason. They don't let anything by them. First down here. Richardson, wide open. That's a great completion pass, but the Raiders are going to push him back. Oh, don't you come in my house. And that was number 7 with the tackle for Regis. Nick Warden. He's had a couple tackles. He's had a great game as well. I don't know why everybody's having a great game for the Raiders. What am I talking about? Total team effort. I'm loving it. So it's going to be a second down for the Raiders. 2nd and 9. 4 minutes and 32 seconds, it looks like, left to go in this, what has been, in my opinion, the most exciting game of the year thus far.
Ladies and gentlemen, look at the Regis front 7. How great the pressure is on the...
Richardson. Oh, still, what a spin, and he's still up, and about 8 of the Raider Army members came and annihilated him.
Flag on the play. As I was saying, if you look at the front 7 for the Raider defense, you can see how great the pressure is on the quarterback to get that ball out of the pocket and throw it downfield, while the great coverage on the safeties and tackles.
Smoky Hill, this is Richardson. Quick pass and throw, and it's caught for a first down. That was a beautiful catch. That was number 15 for Smoky Hill, and that's Sean Guzman, the wide receiver. And wow, that was a great play. Guzman, a junior, wide receiver, so definitely need to watch him, as that was a great passing play. And as I've said over and over, Leslie Richardson has really been playing at an all-time high, and he's been throwing great passes to start, and he's only a sophomore. Look at him. He looks to be a senior.
Indeed he does. And
look at this quick coverage. Gino Macias, he read it perfect. Oh, and it's caught. Oh, he touched the wow, that was crazy. He, touched the line, and then we immediately touched him, but I'm interested to see if they'll call.
Luke,
just a little bit short.
Luke Keefe and, Nick Warda and Charlie Quinn with that great coverage right there.
But Smoky Hill starting to gain some momentum. Let's see if the Raiders can stop it. Smoky Hill, the 49-yard line. Or 49, I don't know what's going on with me today. The 44-yard line. Oh, and that's who I was talking about. You have to watch out. Abasan Osani, 1,839 rushing yards this year, 17 touchdowns. He is a powerhouse just like Keon. I wouldn't say he's Keon's level, but he is definitely up there with guys like Keon and other fantastic running backs from Valor and Douglas County and some of these other great schools. But
one thing that makes Keon such a great player and running back is his smarts for the game.
yes.
You can see Keon dodge a tackle so perfectly. An NFL player couldn't have done it better.
Yeah, I definitely agree. He's very smart, and he's been playing football for so long. He really knows the ins and outs, and he knows when to do.
When to cut in the middle,
exactly.
when to go outside. Yeah,
exactly.
Mm-hmm.
He's very smart. So it's going to be a second down play for Smoky Hill. Richardson has had some pretty good throws, and he's had guys catching them, but after they catch him, they have no way of running any further. So it's going to be Richardson calling out a play, looking, and you better watch out. Clay Nanke was coming, but that's Smoky. Oh, what a spin. What a play. Wow. That was number 12, Alec Pinkowski, and I'm telling you, he's throwing it to all the players I talked about pregame. And Pinkowski, 479 receiving yards, only a sophomore, but he has talent. And you have to watch him on that left side as a wide receiver because he has legs and he can run like nobody's business, and he has great hands. And Richardson, if you're open, he's getting it to you. So it's going to be first down. Smoky Hill, they have some great momentum. They'd love to get a score in before the end of this quarter with 1:42 to left. Long throw, way too far, as he was looking for number 7, Caleb Starling, the wide receiver.
That's something you don't see from the Regis offense, the miscommunication of how deep you should go. Nico can throw the ball perfectly in the hands of the receiver, especially Jackson Connolly, Bryce Sloan, Carter Reed, and Ty McGuire.
Smoky Hill on a second down. Richardson wants to get a completion going here. Calling out a play. Gino Macias. You can see him as, Bassano is stopped immediately there. So it's going to be a third down for Smoky. They really would like to get a completion for a first down. It would be very helpful against this high-powered defense. And you look at Clay Nanke there in the middle with Luke Keefe, Gino Macias. They are going to get through your defense and get to you quickly. So he wants to get something off before they track him down and drop him.
Between the three of the names you just named,
and it's almost intercepted there.
Nick Warda has 2 interceptions throughout the season, almost adding into another one. As I was saying, the 3 names, Clay Nanke, Gino Macias, and Luke Keefe, they combine over 20 sacks per the 3 of them alone.
So it's going to be a fourth down. Let's see what they do here. It looks like they're going to go for it. Richardson is going to do it. Richardson has had a really good game thus far. He's had some great passes, but a couple of them have been just a little too far. But let's see if he can get something to go here. Fourth down. Leslie Richardson. And look at, and it's out. Regis might have recovered it. How about that? How about that play by the Raiders, getting in there and getting hyped as they're just having a field day out here against this Smoky Hill team. Wow. So it's going to be a first down, and this is just awesome to watch. So it's going to be from the Raider 30, or Raider 40, my apologies. Heard Mr. Taylor, our longtime PA announcer, wrong. Love him, he's a great guy. Raiders, Markeel hands it off to Keon. Oh, look at him. Look at him go down the right sideline. No one's stopping him. He's still going. Oh, and he runs out of bounds at the 50.
Flag on the play,
Just
however.
a little below.
With that almost interception, that was Matthew Baer, another sophomore, a great sophomore on the great Raider defense.
So the Raiders are going to be pushed back. As I was mentioning, look for Carter Reed and Bryce Sloan on the running back positions. Huh? I don't know. So it's going to be 1st and 20 here for the Raiders. Got pushed back 10 yards. Markeel calling out his play. Gets the snap. Looks to Keon. Gets it to him. Keon's still going even though he got tripped. He is still going and going. Oh my gosh, you cannot stop this powerhouse. He is a human robot, people. He cannot be stopped. Keon Martinez is having a field day against this team. And if you're a Raider fan, you have to be excited for what you're seeing, Chalmers. We are firing on all cylinders. Passing plays, perfect. Rushing plays, perfect. Defense, perfect. I mean, could this get any better for the Raiders right now?
No, I mean, as I said earlier tonight, I spoke to Keon. He said that the Raiders are going to perform great because everyone is clicking. The special teams, offense, the defense, hands teams, everyone is clicking. Everyone's in their groove. That's why they're going to win tonight.
Definitely agree with that. As the Raiders call a timeout, want to get a play going here with... Oh, actually, gosh, what's wrong with me? I don't know what's going on. It's actually the end of the first period. I know it felt so long with all of our touchdowns we scored. And then here, Patrick's going to show you a bracket. This is the bracket right now.
So the winner of this game tonight will play Valor Christian, the number 1 seed in the state.
And you look at Valor Christian and Thunder Ridge. Just looking at those two schools, those are some great teams. And I know I was talking to Ryan and some of the other guys, but the Raiders are going to have to face some tough talent. And that's exactly what I was saying for the Smoky Hill team. Although they were 10-0, they weren't playing teams like Regis and teams like Valor and teams like Thunder Ridge, who are high-powered teams. So when you're the Raiders and you're playing a team like Smoky Hill who isn't that good, you have to really work hard. You really have to have a lot of confidence going against teams of that caliber.
Yeah.
So the Raiders are going to come back out. They're going to be starting 47-yard line, 2nd down, and 3. Keon Martinez getting a 17-yard run there. Rushing yards. Markeel off the snap, looks for Keon again.
Oh,
wow.
Gets pummeled.
34 came in flying like a jaguar running through. Wow, ate him up.
David Hoagie, defensive captain for the Buffaloes, read that play perfectly.
Talk about Hoagie. I think in his mind he was like, I'm done with this whole Keon thing. Like, I'm done letting Keon get through my line every time, but I guarantee you Keon will come back and do a spin move right around him. Markeel. Taking his time, looking for... No! I thought he was going to look for a pass. Why not run, though? Why not run if you're Markeel? Why not run?
First down and
How
more.
That. Oh, and he's... Oh, let's see if he's okay. Hits some Smoky Hill players. Oh, and he's on the ground, clutching the leg. I think he'll be okay, though. Let's see as the medical and training staff are coming on the field to check him out. He definitely hit the ground hard and slammed into a couple Smoky Hill players, and he's leaned over and he's hurt. So they're going to look at Markeel. And
with this injury, we're going to take a look at this week's episode of RJTV.
Good morning, Raiders. I'm Kate Phillips.
And I'm Caroline Soro.
And this is RJTV.
Hey, Kate, I can't wait to be 18.
I know, then we'll be adults.
Yeah, but that's not all. We'll be able to vote.
That's right. So if you're 18, use your powers and vote. Tuesday, November 6th is Election Day. RJTV reporters Brianna Baum, Anna Dinkle, and Danielle Dole set out around campus to ask one question. Why should you register to vote?
I registered to vote because it's really important to make your voice heard, and it's really stupid not to.
I felt like pretty empowered and just excited to be a part of what could make change that I really wanted to make.
I registered to vote because I want my voice heard.
You have to vote. You have to make your opinion count, and the only way you can do that is by voting.
welcome back to the Raider Sports Network. Make sure to stay tuned at halftime. We'll finish off that awesome RJTV episode with you. Caroline Soro, Kate Phillips do a great job. Keon Martinez working on the right. Oh, my goodness.
First down and more.
My gosh. Look at Keon.
Like I was saying earlier, he knows when to cut from the outside or from the right side to the middle and vice versa. That's what makes him such a great running back and what differentiates him from other players.
Agreed. Keon Martinez. He shimmied through about 3 players that play. He is having a party right now. This has just been amazing. The Raiders are playing great as Markeel looks to continue that streak. Fakes one to Keon, gets tackled. I think that was a good play, sort of. I think that he thought he was going to get it to Keon, and then as soon as Keon ran, he was kind of a little flustered.
The play action for Nico usually works out pretty well, but not this time.
No, we'll see what's going on. It looks like Coach Filliman and Coach Taylor are giving out their offensive plan to Markeel. So here comes Markeel, second down. Let's see if he can get something to go here. Let's see if he'll look at our wide receivers on the side. We have great wide receivers. And how about listening to me? Oh, Jackson Connolly. Almost with the highlight reel play right there. Could have added that to his college tape, my friend. Using those, let me tell you, talk about Jackson Connolly. He is a track star. He's won state championships the last couple years on his track team. Oh, he is fun to watch, and he brings that agility, strength, and speed on the field every game. And let me tell you, you talk about someone who's fun to watch other than Keon Martinez, it's Mr. Luke Connolly, or Jackson Connolly. My apologies.
Yeah, and early the first game of the season, Jackson Connolly goes deep from maybe the 50-yard line, catches it at the 5, brings it in for a touchdown. Great to watch.
Markeel, and Keon, little perplexed by that play by Markeel. I think as I said, I think he's getting just a little flustered, a little nervous. I think he's also feeling an injury a little bit. I don't know what it is, but it definitely looked painful, and I think he's still trying to come back from that.
This is where the offense should take a timeout, gather Nico.
I agree.
Calm down and refocus.
I would definitely agree on that, but it looks like they're going to go for it on the 4th, and I think that's a pretty smart decision with what they've been able to accomplish thus far. So it's going to be interesting to see if they can convert. They're all kind of.
It's 4th and 16 on the 36-yard line. It won't hurt them if they don't get this conversion here, but it's going to be a delay of game, I think.
Look like we should be good. Oh.
Yep.
Oh. And with that, looks like their offense is going to come off and they're just going to choose to kick. Or no, sorry, not to kick. It's actually going to be Smoky Hill just taking it from the, looks like 41-yard line. Around. Or we are punting. Let's see who's punting. I think it should be Gordy McKeon does a lot of our punting. So here he is. Perfect snap. And a huge punt. Perfect. Oh, they're going to let it go. Let it go. They're just going to watch it. It's going to let them do their dance. And the Raiders like where that ended up. And they're going to touch it. So that's going to be right at the, I would say, 5-yard line. Or probably, 5-yard line. 6-yard line. Oh, it was so close. So it's going to be Smoky Hill coming out. They need some kind of momentum booster, but I've mentioned to you players, Richardson, Sonny, Pinkowski, they have players who can play, Chalmers. It's just a matter of getting some more confidence.
Getting through the defense as well. Like you said, the Raider wall, it's hard to penetrate it.
So Richardson, Leslie Richardson III, great quarterback, faking. Look at that arm, but it's short. And Bryce Parsons, number 29, as you can see, hyped there. He has a great stroke, and he can throw the ball a great distance, but it's just a matter of knowing when to throw it extra hard and when just to not throw it so deep. Because you can tell he's a smart player, and he knows his plays. He knows what to do. It's just a matter of execution, being at a better position. So it's going to be Richardson again. Immediately over to Sonny. Sonny, boom! How about that for a hit? Wow. I felt that all the way from the room I'm broadcasting in, that thump.
See it? Oh, no, that was Nick Warda with the tackle.
Wow. Nick Warda.
Over 75 tackles on the season.
Gosh, he just made an earthquake on the field. What a hit there. And that alone has to get your defense hyped.
That's going to leave a mark for sure.
No, it's not just going to leave a mark. That might leave a mark that might be there for the rest of his life. So the Raiders, oh my gosh, they just clobbered him. You cannot face this team. The Raiders are not going to let them go through again, and it's going to be another 4th down. As Sonny has been just like Keon Martinez on our team, but he has been their main ball carrier, but it's just been getting stopped every single time as he's just going to get a rest. And he's asking his head coach right now, Coach Thienel, what can I do to get past these insane athletes on this team, Chalmers? What can he do? And that punt.
Keon Martinez.
Oh, could he have gotten it to a better person? Could he have gotten it to a better person? Come on, Keon! And that's a touchdown!
Walk it in.
Keon Martinez! Touchdown number 3, and he is not stopping from there.
27 touchdowns this season alone.
Wow.
Unstoppable. He's got a couple player of the game, or MVPs.
Gosh. Someone needs to call Under Armour and get him his sponsorship right here and now. He earns a $1 million contract with Under Armour, any sports company right now. He's playing amazing.
A 56.
Keon Martinez.
A 56-year-old.
Making me happy. And he's getting hyped. I'm loving it, Keon Martinez. Get us hyped.
56-yard return for a touchdown. Can't get much better than that, Sam.
Oh, you can't. This has just been better than anything I could have expected. As we have another injury on the field, and we're going to continue with. We're going to keep going. Kind of didn't notice this that much, but just looking, and looked like during the play when Keon got it, one of the blockers nailed one of Smoky Hill's players, and he's down. And when you're talking about the Raider defense, anytime you get hit by one of these guys, as Chalmers mentioned, it's going to leave a painful mark. So while we're waiting for this injury, we're going to take a quick break here on the Raider Sports Network. Make sure to stay tuned. And, hey, make sure to follow us on our Instagram and Twitter pages. We have some great coverage going on. Sophia Marcinik's doing a great job. Thank you so much.
And we're back here on the Raider Sports Network. Keon Martinez just took a 56-yard touchdown to put the score at 33-0 in the end of the second quarter.
Mariano Adame gets it again, and he loves that one going through. And here comes our kicking squad. Jordy De La Torre is going to get another try. He's at this is a practice game for him. He's getting so many attempts tonight. By our next game, he should be kicking them to perfection. Not that he's not already tonight, but next game he should just be perfect, spot on. So it's going to be the Raider defense coming on next. Ward is having a great game. Charlie Quinn's having a great game. Clay Nanke. How about the whole defense? How about that?
Luke Keefe as well. Brian Mottram tying for second in tackles for the defense with Gino Macias with over 100 tackles this game. Or not this game, this season.
Definitely great play so far by the Raiders. And let's see if they can continue. Jordy De La Torre getting ready to line up his kick. He looks so confident in the way he's doing it tonight. The way he's setting up, the way he's playing. He looks like he's been playing varsity football as our kicker for the last decade. So Jordy De La Torre getting ready to line up. He's a left footer, but a powerful left footer. Jordy De La Torre with the monster this is crazy. Jordy De La Torre is blasting these things every single time. And all the coaches and players greeting him there is, you can't ask him anything more than Jordy De La Torre. He has just been consistent as all get out, and we're loving it. And while we have some time, mentioning Father Roxford on the field, one of our sports chaplains. He's a great person, great priest here at Regis, and we're excited to have him here at our school. And as one of my teachers here, he's been a great mentor and a great teacher, and he's just a great person, and definitely a great person to have on your sidelines if you need a boost of confidence. So just thought I'd mention him. So the Raiders are going to call a timeout here, and they're going to start getting their defensive plans ready. They've been really good tonight in reading Smoky Hill's offensive plays. And, Chalmers, I think it's one thing to be noted of. I just think that Leslie Richardson is a great quarterback, as you can see. He has great confidence. He knows how to play. He knows the plays. He's consistent. But I feel like the one thing that might help them more is if they look to Abasano Sani, because he is one of the top running backs in the state for a reason. He's fast. He's not as good as Keon, but he's still a great player. And, this was the problem we were having with Justin Lamb last year on the squad. He was a great player. He could run the ball, and he could give it to Keon, but we don't have the passing.
Yep.
For Richardson, it's the other way around. He has great passing, but he's not giving it to Sani. And Sani's been consistent this season.
Well, that's one worry I had at the beginning of the season with Nico. A repeat Justin Lamb. Great quarterback, but can't put it in the air. Just as Richardson attempts a long ball, it's going to be incomplete.
And Bryce Parsons was almost right there to get that interception. This place would have erupted like a volcano in Hawaii. So we're at a second down here. 2nd and 10, they got nothing. 7:04 left to go in what has been a hyped up game for the Regis Jesuit Raiders in playoff game number 1 here at the Lou Kellogg Stadium. Beautiful evening. Richardson. Oh, you better hurry. You better hurry. The Raiders push him all the way back.
Poor safety. That was the Vashon Jones.
Vashon Jones. Great.
66. Matthew Bear, as well as I think number 14.
That was Luke Keefe. Luke Keefe getting in the mix.
Luke Keefe adding to his 10 sacks this season.
And as Chalmers mentioned, Vashon has been a great player. That's number 50 for the Raiders. Vashon is a sophomore, and Vashon Jones is a huge guy, and you have to watch him. He's going to run through like a bull. Look at Vashon lining up. 3rd down. Richardson looking on the left is able to complete, but he's immediately stopped. And that was Pinkowski, but Pinkowski's not going to. It's not going to.
Not going to be able to break through I think that was either Bryce Parsons or Charlie Quinn.
I think it was Bryce Parsons that time. But either way, both of them had great coverage that time. Yeah, this has just been a truly amazing game for the Raiders. They're reading every play that Smoky Hill has come up with as a high snap, and it was almost blocked as that one is going to send right into the medical staff. Don't hurt the medical staff. We need those guys.
I think they did that on purpose, not giving the ball to Keon Martinez. Smart decision by Smoky.
So Vashon Jones getting a lot of praise after coming out. And it's going to be a 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. So the Raiders having a great game thus far and has been super exciting to watch. And they're looking to get another touchdown on the offensive end. How about Keon making it 4 right now? I'm still going for 6, but he could get more.
Nico in shotgun, drops back, pressure.
Right to Keon. Hey, make it 5, make it 4, Keon. Make it 4, Keon. And he got it.
Touchdown, Regis Jesuit Raiders.
Keon Martinez is playing the best game of his life.
Sam,
as he was wide open there.
I called it. The running clock, 40-point lead in the first half. That's exactly what we want, so you can go have some nice warm dinner.
Love this. Qdoba, here I come. Keon Martinez. This has just been an all-out destruction of this defense as he's just shaking his head like, can you give me some competition, please? Can you give me someone who can guard me? You can't guard me. Come on, Keon. Come on, Keon. You show him. Keon Martinez.
Nico Markiel and Keon Martinez. You know, I thought Justin Lamb and Keon were the best duo out there, but I was wrong. Nico and Keon, the dynamic duo.
So Keon Martinez playing great, and we're having a great game thus far. It's going to be 41-0 the Raiders, and let me tell you, they're not done. They want to go. And I would not be surprised if they score another touchdown in this quarter. And Keon wants 6. He's at 4 right now. He will get to 6. I'm calling it, Chalmers. He is playing at the best I have ever seen Keon play in all 3 years I've been here at Regis.
28 touchdowns this season alone. Over 100 touchdowns for his entire career.
Jordy De La Torre, another great punt. And wow, look at Charlie Quinn. What a move. But you're not going to get past the Raiders. As he swings him into a 360, almost out of bounds. Put him in a spin cycle there. Get out of here.
That was Kobe Harmillo. Seen a lot of him last game great to see him playing tonight as well.
So the Raiders defense coming out. They're going to, the Smoky Hill Buffaloes, my bad, are actually going to start out at the 21-yard line. So let's see what they can do here. 1st and 10. 3:15 left to go in what has been a great game thus far. Richardson off the snap. Looking to his left. Oh, and it's almost intercepted by Charlie Quinn. He has been all over the field. Wow. Bryce Parsons dapping him up. They're like, you are playing amazing, my friend. You keep it up. And I totally agree with that. Dang, this team is just, they're running them off the field, Chalmers.
Yep. It's great to see the Raider wall just stop anything it comes in contact with.
Richardson handing it off to Sonny. Let's see what he can do. Sonny can run. Sonny can run. But he's stopped by Warda. Great play by Warda. I like that strength and speed by him. And how about that? The encouragement of watching him play. He's just been having a lot of confidence. And talk about a great play there to stop what could have been a potential touchdown. And that would have been 18 on the season for Asani.
Nick Warda transferred from Mullen. Glad we have him on our team now, last year and this year as well. That was Colby, Arbillo, and Gino Macias.
Oh, my God.
Now the entire defense with that stop.
God, it looked like the entire Raider team just jumped on top of Sonny. Sonny's just been eaten up. As Shaquille O'Neal would say, barbecue chicken, my friend. This is barbecue chicken. So the Raiders are going to get it. 2nd down here. Let's see what the Raiders can get another stop. 2nd down. Richardson. He has a lot of confidence. He's been playing a pretty good game thus far. Richardson, patient. Oh, and it's off the fingertips again of Charlie Quinn. Oh, my gosh. He is a sniper on the field. He is finding he's finding the ball every time. I'm coughing because I'm getting so excited, Patrick. Gosh, this is such a great game. Again, thanks to Patrick Carlson, our great producer, along with Sophia Marcinek helping with social media, doing a great job, and Chalmers Powell, some great cover. Armando Maldonado doing some great photography along with Kylie Pendleton. So the Raider defense wanting to get another stop. Oh, you better watch out as Richardson right to Warda. It's about time you get one, and he's not finished there. Warda still going, and he's tackled.
Tackled at the 45-yard line. That adds on to Nick Warda's 4 interceptions this year.
Nick Warda. I knew that was coming, Chalmers. It's about time. He's been at almost every single ball just waiting for that chance to get it. And wow, wow. I cannot be more excited about this team right now.
Now that really quieted the shut up this.
And that's going to be halftime. There's the Raiders take a 41-0 halftime lead. And Chalmers, before we go onto our halftime break, what are you thinking?
Smoky stands were looking pretty cocky at the beginning.
They definitely were.
They copied some of our chants and definitely cocky about it. But we definitely shut them up in the first 5 minutes of the game.
I call that a crowd silencer. So definitely a great game. As I mentioned, 41-0. Keon Martinez, as I've mentioned over and over, having a field day on this team, and it's been so much fun to watch. Sam Stern, play-by-play, Chalmers Powell, Patrick Carlson, Sophia Marcinek, the rest of our amazing crew. We're going to head to halftime, and Ryan Tierney should be doing a halftime show for us in just a bit, so listen for him. And we're going to take a quick break as we're going to finish the rest of that amazing RJTV episode by Caroline Soro and Kate Phillips. Stay with us. Second half coming up.
Good morning, Raiders. I'm Kate Phillips.
And I'm Caroline Sorrow.
And this is RJTV.
Hey Kate, I can't wait to be 18.
I know, then we'll be adults.
Yeah, but that's not all. We'll be able to vote.
That's right. So if you're 18, use your powers and vote. Tuesday, November 6th is Election Day. RJTV reporters Brianna Baum, Anna Dinkle, and Danielle Dole set out around campus to ask one question. Why should you register to vote?
I registered to vote because it's really important to make your voice heard, and it's really stupid not to.
I felt like pretty empowered and just excited to be a part of what could make change that I really wanted to make.
I registered to vote because I want my voice heard.
You have to vote. You have to make your opinion count, and the only way you can do that is by voting.
I am registered to vote because this country rocks.
I registered to vote because I want my voice to be heard and I want to have a say in who's leading our country.
I registered to vote because it is an important part of our rights as a citizen, and it's an important thing to do. Register to vote.
With the fall sports coming to an end, here's Chalmers Powell and Will Cassidy with your weekly sports update.
What's poppin', Lock and Regis? I'm Chalmers Powell.
And I'm Will Cassidy.
And this is your Sometimes weekly sports update.
From all the members at RJTV, congratulations to the girls field hockey team for beating Cherry Creek 2-1 in overtime for the first state championship in school history. Junior Lauren Pendergast scored both goals for the win.
RJTV reporters Ethan Gedros and Caden Wagner have the story.
At first it didn't seem real to me. It didn't hit me for a long time, but I just remember sprinting back to our goalie like we always do, and that was like the fastest I've ever run.
Of the overtime when after LP scored, I was pretty confident. Never happened, so to make history at Regis in the girls division is pretty cool.
It was awesome that we were able to all play well and make history.
Another congratulations is in order for the girls softball team for making a historic run at state this year.
The team went to regionals for the first time in 11 years, where they went 2-1, including 2 wins over Cherry Creek.
With those wins, they qualified for state for the first time in school history. The first game went to extra innings with an extraordinary win from the Raiders, behind senior pitcher Jackie Cal, to upset the Fossil Ridge Sabercats.
After their first round win, they had a heartbreaking loss to Grand Junction Central, ending an unforgettable and history-making season for the girls softball team.
Both cross-country teams ran at state over the weekend and placed in the top 15.
Isolina Colesman placed 16th overall, and Lizzie Summer placed 49th.
Owen Bueller also placed 16th, and Thomas Beatty placed 24th.
Great job, everyone.
The boys soccer team is back-to-back Continental League champions.
The team had a tying shot that would have pushed their first playoff game into overtime that crossed the goal line. But the ref called it back, which cost the game for the Raiders. Tough break, guys.
The football team was undefeated in conference and made it to the playoffs.
They play tonight at Lou Kellogg Stadium at 7 p.m.
We'll have that game live on the Raider Sports Network.
But you should be there, and here's why.
It's playoffs, why wouldn't you be there?
To cheer on our brothers!
For my mama.
We'll be on fire.
We dyed our hair for this. Come show some support.
To get this bread.
For school spirit.
For an intense match.
So you can see water get ran over. Nah, that's not what's going to happen. The club's going to be popping. It's going to be pretty cray. I'd come out if you're trying to have a good time.
If you know, you know. For the clout. For the clout.
Pitching it, Jackson calling it. Jackson Connolly's gonna walk in. Shotgun to split. Looks back to Gordy McCann. 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Regis Jesuit Raiders.
Halloween. What a great excuse to eat a bunch of candy.
Yeah, but now we have to wait 363 days to eat more.
No, you don't. Katie Shanahan and Lizzie Weiss explored the best candy hotspots on campus. Check it out.
Hey RJ, we're testing out the best candy in school.
Let's go.
Three Musketeer Mini. Those are so good.
Hey vloggers, we're out here going to the boys division to go try all their candy now.
Green apple, Jolly Rancher. So good.
Peanut free option.
Reporting live regarding the Starburst I'm about to eat. The first one is a pink Starburst. Pink.
How is it?
Looks really good. I think I need a glass of water though in between.
Hey guys, we're off again. Day 2 of finding candy.
Man of it.
Woo!
And I'm here
Nurse's office. I'll see now this is a good stuff.
Cleanse my palate.
I don't have any water. Just use your spit.
Miss Champa has cookies.
It's been open.
Guest star, Miss Champa. Let's go.
The nice thing about a Starburst though is it requires some effort chewing, so the flavor stays in your mouth for a lot longer. Am I getting paid for this?
The winner is Mr. Macchioni's office in the boys division. Best candy in the school.
It was a big week here on campus.
Our diaper drive was a huge success, bringing in over 35,000 diapers. We are sure to help many families out. Thank you to everyone who participated.
And the amazing Fall Play Sister Act runs one more weekend this weekend. Check it.
Looks like this town just got Jezel lit.
Come see the Sister Act.
And if you want to see more of Donovan Ruiz as Officer Eddie Souther, check our Instagram and get your tickets for one of this weekend's showing of the fall musical Sister Act. Thanks for watching. I'm Caroline Soro.
And I'm Kate Phillips. Don't forget to join us next week. Bye!
And welcome back to the Raider Sports Network. This is Ryan Tierney of the Regis Jesuit Sports Analytics Club with your halftime update. All right, I'm going to be honest with all of you guys. I did not expect this game to lack, or I guess a better way to say it is, this game to be such a resounding success so far for the Regis Raiders. The score is currently 41-0. Regis Jesuit up over Smoky Hill for those of you just tuning in. And so far in the first half, the Raiders have done nothing but good things. Keon Martinez had 4 touchdowns himself in the first half alone. Really firing on all cylinders, getting the yardage in, getting his conversions. On Smoky Hill side, however, the story's been a lot different. Smoky Hill has had some fairly good runs going down, getting about to the 25-yard line on their second drive. However, their game has been riddled with errors. 65% of their passes have been incomplete, and they've had 2 turnovers, an interception and a fumble. This has led the Raiders to be able to take really good field position on many of their drives, allowing for players like Keon, Schroeder, and other players for the Raiders all working together to build the lead that we have right now. There's 5 minutes and 15 seconds left in the half, and as we're going in, for halftime, and as we're going into the second half, there are a few key points that the Raiders and Smoky Hill need to take away for their investors' interest. If the Raiders want to win this game, the answer is simple. They need to continue having their lockdown defense. They had multiple sacks in the first half, just really shutting down passes. Guys like Bryce Parsons doing a really excellent job forcing those incompletions. They need to keep their defense strong, and they need to keep the momentum up. Their offense was firing on all cylinders during the first half. Keon Martinez, as I mentioned earlier, doing an excellent job. Keep that going. And finally, if Smoky Hill wants to win this game, they need to have a complete reversal of everything they've been doing, because they're not doing what they need to be doing right now, and the score reflects it. Welcome back to the Raider Sports Network. My name is Sam Stern. Chalmers Powell will be back with me in just a little bit. How about a great first half for the Raiders? Talk about excitement. That's an understatement for the way I feel after that first half. The encouragement that I was seeing from this team, the confidence, the fun that they were having. This team, you could tell, was having a great time. And if you want to compete for a state championship, and talking about next week, it's looking like we're probably going to be facing Ballard Christian unless Smoky makes a comeback
that's what you're going to need against a team like Valor, #1 in the state, and they have ultra talent, as Patrick Carlson's going to put up, again, the 5A playoff Region 1 chart there, as you can see. And Valor Christian, it's definitely going to be a tough one. And there's some great teams in the state of Colorado. Fairview, another great team. Thunder Ridge also making it as well. There's definitely a lot of talent. So if you're the Raiders, having confidence, having some fun, and most of all, execution. I talked about execution a lot during that first half. That's something we were seeing from this team, on a high level. And execution is something you need. And Mark Eel's been executing. And another score to bring to you, Denver East, who actually was a huge surprise coming into this one. They were ranked 24 in the state, playing the 9th-ranked Fairview. The East Angels are down by 14 points, 21-7 against Fairview, who has only lost one game. So that's going to be an interesting one. We'll come back to you with some more scores and tell you more about what's happening around the state in 5A high school football. So we're getting ready to start here. As we are ready to get started, Raider Sports Network. Again, another special thanks to Patrick Carlson, producer, Sophia Marcinek on Twitter, Armando Maldonado on Instagram, and doing photography, and then Chalmers Powell, who's going to be back with us in just a little bit. So we're excited to be back with you, starting the second half. And how could I forget what's wrong with me? Keon Martinez, number 21, and he's the man, he's the myth, and he is the legend. Or actually, take out the myth part. He's just the legend, my friend. I mean, he is just playing out of his mind. He was hyped. I've never seen Keon Martinez